always starts a little bit before, so hang on. Okay. Hey, hello everyone. We are live.
Hi,
So,
with some
yay.
very special guests.
Yes.
Hello.
Good. Introduce yourselves.
I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm Denis Poisson from the Foolish Fish channel. I'm delighted to be here again. Or actually, it's the first time I'm here on a live. Very, very excited to be here with Maria Alviz Hernando.
Yay, that's me for the third time. For some reason, these people have wanted to have me not once, not twice, but 3 times in this channel, for which I'm very grateful. So hi, and thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Yes. Yes, because you guys, I know it's so exciting. Well, too, because you have both of you have exciting stuff. Because like, you both have amazing classes always going on as well, and stuff in the background that most people don't know about. And that's what I was gonna talk about. I recently took, from under the Foolish Fish Denny's Jupiter class. Sorry, the Mysteries of Jupiter class, because there's such power in everything you teach as well, and with the talismans, and then you actually imbue the talismans to move forward. And I took the talisman I created in his class and I put it on my hands.
Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful. Yes, we're mesmerized by your henna.
Because you're putting it where your money is, and I flip cards and I work on the computer, so it's all coming out.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier on before going live about henna magic, and I'd never really considered the practice of henna. Well, can we call them tattoos? Certainly henna designs that happen at marriages. And Morgan, you were telling us about how the name of the groom is incorporated, but more than that.
Well, yeah, that Maria was saying that, yes, that the name of the groom's in there, but then also symbols of the deity you want to invoke, because even your symbols are all everywhere in here. All of the symbols you shared in class are all throughout the design. And so the deity you want, and then depending on where the hand is, like long life, like a long marriage, like lots of children, prosperity, it's all intertwined in that. And then the feet too, because how they walk forward in the marriage as well.
Nice. So then bringing that over into magic, obviously, yeah, the process of designing a henna design on your hands is a long process. It's a very meticulous process, so it's perfect for magic. So I really love that the idea of taking that tradition and applying it to, yeah, exactly what you did there, making a talisman out of it with the various parts of the talisman that you incorporated. Very cool. I'm a little bit jealous. I wish I'd come up with the idea myself.
It is genius because I scribble stuff on myself like I'm 5, right? To the things, or have talismans on my skin or spells or whatnot. But this is actually elegant, and it lasts for a while, and you can do it. You don't look like you just came out of preschool with with doodles in places. So yes, I wish I had thought about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
It's
Nice.
really fun. It's just like the out of the box things like that you think about, that like people come up with. That's amazing. You know what I mean? Here, I was just looking for comments, but keep going.
We're all going to buy henna next,
Yes.
right? That's our plan for tomorrow. All right, next week we are all botching our hands with something.
Headed up, yes.
Wonderful, perfect. I won't be alone then.
I will be the placebo group then. Is that okay?
All right.
I like it on your skin. But I'm wondering, so a henna, you have to warm that, so that's not a easy substance to work with, isn't it? So how you go about with that? Is this
With
like in a pencil or?
They sell some little cones thing, right? That you can just chop the point of it.
yeah, so yeah, it's actually like ink. It's like It's not because it's going to be like a paint of some kind because you have to lay like perfectly still at night because it falls off. I know I'm just like all over the place with this, but when they put it on there, it like dries and then the top layer falls off. And you want that top layer on as long as possible because the longer that top layer is on, it's literally dyeing your skin. It's getting absorbed into your skin. And for my purposes with the talisman, I wanted that magic to, absorb in my skin. So, because I accidentally in the middle of the night, like somehow I put my hand on my leg. So now it's on my leg as well. I mean, I want to show you because it's like, so like embedded in my leg too. So I got the talisman on my leg. But it is like, it's ink. It's like a painted ink. Yeah.
So you kept it on your skin for overnight.
Yeah. Well, I tried
Oh,
to. That's
goodness.
why on my legs, you can see some of the designs like perfect on my leg.
Okay.
Down and up.
Mirror images. Yes, nice. Okay, okay. And you were saying that it's going to stay there for 2 months.
Yeah, this is just from experience. The longer you keep it on, the longer it stays, and mine have always stayed about 2 months before they really start to, come off. And especially since I like really kept it on, so it's very dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Bjorn was saying earlier on that it was reminding him of Pict and Scottish tattoos.
Yeah,
Um,
tribal tattoos. Yeah. So the
right.
idea of having some, yeah, it's like magic as you probably better know than I do have more takes, but you can have like contact magic and all that, or stuff that you wear on your skin. So that's like a conceptual understanding in that regard. But also, so tribal structures, especially warrior bonds, they have like they now have like in the army, if you have like slain so many enemies, you have like this tattoo or that, and it's always to do with protection or yeah, the god of war or whatever. So that idea is somewhere there, and this is somehow yeah an extension or a possibility from there. So
Mhm.
that's good, and also it's like yeah, just for a little while.
Mhm.
Other than real tattoos.
Right. So I guess so henna's a way of bringing in that energy for more than a day, right? 2 months is not
Yeah,
insignificant, but not permanently. I mean, it's true, right? We don't
Mhm.
necessarily know what kind of energies we're going to want in our lives in
yeah.
5 years' time, let alone 40 years' time, right? Maybe if you were a picked warrior, you did know exactly what energies you'd want in your life for the rest of your probably short life. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yes, if you could have that, yeah, just for a couple of months, I like that. I like that very much
Yeah.
indeed.
Yes.
And we have the
Yes.
advantage of hindsight now. So
Yes. I have this friend who I love, but he's a bit chaotic. And one day I just received a text with a picture, and he has tattooed the tower from Thoth in his thigh, and it was just a picture of the tattoo. And now a few months later, he is like, "My life has gone down the hill since I got this tattoo," and I was like, "Yeah, no wonder."
What a
Like
big
perhaps
surprise!
what a big surprise, like perhaps you should have thought, or I don't know, asked me before just texting me with your whole thigh sorry tattooed with the tower.
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
he can cover it up with the devil.
Yes.
What? Yes, well, he wanted to do the double in the other leg, and I was like, are you sure you haven't ruined your life enough?
Enough, right?
Enough? Do you
Keep
need
going,
to
keep going.
add, yes, do you really need to add salt to the wound? That remains to be seen.
Yeah,
Remains to
Wow.
be seen. So,
but
see,
that's what it's all about. In the beginning of something, you have to stay silent and see what happens and see what happens
yes,
in your mind before you take a decision. That's
exactly. But that's what henna
intelligence.
is good, because you can try the
Yeah,
energy out before committing to it, like my friend to his tower tattoo.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. The more you talk about it, the more I like it because it's like temporal and you can somehow aim it really direct for whatever use. I like it.
Yeah. That's what,
I,
because oh, sorry. I went,
no, go, go,
I was just
go.
saying, Okay. Well, because when she was saying the tower thing, and you're talking about the Pict, like I can imagine they put a lot of God of Wars on there, and you're like always invoking the God of War, so like your life is just never peaceful.
Exactly, it's like the tower, which is Mars, so which is the. So yeah,
But sorry, I didn't mean to
bad
interrupt you.
choices were made.
I was just thinking maybe your Ten of Cups doesn't look quite so edgy, you know, but I'd probably take it over a tower.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. Well, Maria and I are giving a class together next
Yes.
week, aren't we?
Yes.
A couple of weeks in a row. Next Saturday and the Saturday after. Hold on, what? I forget
Yeah,
what date it
23rd and
is.
30th. For
Thank you,
once I have
Maria,
my life
for having
for once I
the
have my
dates in your
life
head.
sort of together. Well, not my life. I have like this thing sort of together, but don't get too excited because it doesn't happen often.
I was about to say your life together. You're gonna need to give me the recipe. That's
No, no, no. I don't have my life together at all.
That that must be a really great course coming from two very special people. So, and what is the synthesis between you? What's the course about then?
I'm really excited about it. I don't know, Maria. Do you want to give a brief overview outline?
Well, yeah, we came up with this idea because the both of us have developed our own reading technique, our own way of reading tarot that perhaps is a bit away from the mainstream positional reading kind of style that is more prevalent. So we thought that we could collaborate in doing a class that is called trust trust your tarot style. Yeah, I had to look. See, I have it
Checking.
slightly together, but not that much. All right, it's called trust your tarot style, and it's precisely about that. About first sharing a bit about how we both faced that journey, right, and how we approach reading, but also sharing some techniques with people so that they get the opportunity to try life if it works for them, if it doesn't, to share their own techniques, to help people gain confidence in reading how they read, because sometimes we want to read like so and so, and we can definitely get things from so and so, but ultimately we want to read like ourselves. That's the truest thing we can do. And Denis is going to do some stuff with some palace and something, right?
Yeah, something. Yes, that's about right.
Some palace, something, or whatever it is.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, just to touch on a couple of things that Maria just pointed out. I think the class is basically going to be interesting for anyone in the tarot universe, whether you're literally just haven't even got started, because this is not going to be okay, this is the Ace of Wands, this is what the Ace of Wands means, this is the Two of Wands. We're not going to do that. So it's really going to be about tapping into your intuition. Tapping into your intuition, whether you already know the traditional meanings of the cards or not. And of course, if you already know them, then that's wonderful. Then you can use that information. But there are ways of reading the cards that don't require you to know the exact meaning of every card. And we're going to be tapping into that a little bit. Yes, we're going to be looking at like very traditional ways of reading and completely heretical ways of reading, which are of interest to us and that you can obviously take inspiration from. But one of the things that I am very excited to get done with you guys, with people who are going to be taking the course, is going into an inner palace. This is something that people who've taken courses with me have definitely know about, that's for sure. Going visually, using a visual imagination, going into an inner realm. That I'll guide you with a guided meditation. It should be very, very simple. Just and visiting an inner palace and receiving blessings from the divination enhancing deity or spirit of your choice. So we'll go through a few, what deities exist that have traditionally helped people with divination, and you can pick whichever one you like and go and meet that deity in your inner palace and ask for blessings to receive your own tarot reading style. So that's one of the things that we're going to be doing, and then receiving that inspiration either there on the spot or over the following days, and then trying out that method and to see if it works or if it needs tweaking or that kind of stuff. I'm really excited for it. I think it should be a lot of fun.
Sounds better than Palace something something.
Palace something something is the official name for it from now on.
Because I like it though. It gives people then what they want to put into it. Because like I said, where you lead them to the palace, what they see. So it's something something. They fill in the blank.
Something something.
And is this a hermetic idea, Dennis? So the inner palace as some part of the outer palace, or what's the idea behind that?
So the inner palace, I guess, has been called the mind palace. It's been used by, I guess, Giordano Bruno made it particularly popular. Yeah. He used it for memorization as a mnemonic technique. He would furnish his mind palaces with parts of a story, and if he could just go through item by item, he'd have many rooms in his palace, but he'd just go around the room and seeing the items of furniture or the things that he'd placed there to jog his memory about the next thing to remember, whatever it was that he was trying to learn, right? So that was quite a useful way of using that. And then I guess Teresa of Avila used, what did she call it? The inner castle, maybe, something like that. Yeah. But yes, it was during. It was basically a viewer from my Foolish Fish YouTube channel who had mentioned that his uncle had taught him from a young age to visualize a palace or to visualize a place that he would get familiar with, and that he would build a safe room there, and he would give him instructions. You should add this other room, and you should add this other room. And I tried this out. This was commented on my channel maybe, I don't know, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago now.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And I tried it out for myself, and I found it to be extremely potent, extremely powerful for people who don't have problems visualizing. Some people have aphantasia, and that becomes a problem. But mostly people who have aphantasia, who've taken my classes, what they've done is that they have just assumed that it's happening, right? So think what it would feel like or what it would sound like. Sometimes they have an easier time accessing different senses in their imagination. And yes, and it's then possible to bring some of the magic that is very easy to make happen in the imagination, to bring that energy into the material realm and to make use of it here, kind of thing.
I like the idea. It's
that's
brilliant.
super interesting. Do you have a video about that?
I've got several, and in fact, there's a video that I recommend that people taking our class should probably watch, and it's the very first one in the series of videos that I made, in which you build a protection parameter all around
Uh-huh.
your inner realm, so that you know that whatever's happening in here is for you, for your highest good. Only the things that you invite in can get access, and even then, only if they have your greatest good at heart, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so it was quite a popular video at the time that I made it, and a lot of people really appreciated it, and it's become, I know, it's become a part of many people's magical practice. Um, uh, um, yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to find a link to it. Let me see if I can
Yeah, that's
search
the
for
two
it.
rabbit holes for today. And
Yeah.
here I
Right.
was, I just have an inner room like a pauper, even in my imagination. So I should upgrade to a palace.
You certainly should. You deserve a palace.
I deserve a palace.
You
What does
can
that little
upgrade in your
room?
mind.
Exactly, I
You
can
can
upgrade in
upgrade.
my mind. Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Here we go. If you search for foolish fish, unlock. Hold on. Unlock magic protection powers with a mind palace. There we go. Unlock protection powers with a mind palace, and then yeah, and then I think that you can probably skip to the next videos in that series if you're interested in more. But Unlock Magic was a series of about 4 videos, I think, that I made
If
about that.
yeah. Well, I'm putting your link for the class in the description and in the comments, but if you send me that, I can also add that link too. So
For
people,
sure.
Yeah, that's probably interesting.
Let me
yeah,
put that in the
Yeah.
chat.
because I'm doing the
There we
link
go.
for the class anyway. Excuse me. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Dennis has so many great videos. This man really knows his
Oh,
stuff.
thank you, John.
So go and look there for his teachings. You know, when I was thinking, so the inner palace. There's also, if you see that in history, the idea of becoming a king and becoming a queen, and also in a gnostic way or in a mystical way, and even like in Sufis, so the Arabic translation of the flesh is like somehow the house of the prince. So there's always this alluding to becoming the king or become the queen as somehow the pontifex or yeah the caliph or the mediator between the worlds. So that's also like a hermetic and also an alchemical idea. So that's really amazing. So we use some stuff which is also really embedded in our magical DNA somehow.
It's incredibly empowering to have this area that you know is entirely yours. You know,
Hmm.
it's not most people's experience to have a domain that is entirely ours, and to experience that, even though it's just in the imagination, it does something to you bodily. You know, it really
Yeah,
does.
that's also
There's
scientifically
of
Hmm.
course, of course, of course, because
for your
you're
sub.
having the experience, at least a
Yeah,
big part of that experience.
yeah, and the best thing to understand that is like people with irrational fears. So it does not have to be true to be real. So, but they experience, if you are like afraid of or whatever phobia, you really, the experience is just the same. So even the experience is traumatic.
Yeah.
And what I often say, because I work with a lot of patients with PTSS and all that, often it's better that it happens what you are afraid of than that you are afraid of it. Because if it happens, we are somehow built to cope with it. You either fight, flight, or freeze, but you don't have the time to be anxious.
Yes, yes. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
completely, completely. Yeah, so your body responds to what your
Yeah,
mind is sending it. Yeah.
well,
yeah,
and
that's
that goes both ways.
Sorry, Maria, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just responding to what Bjorn said about the fear and the experience. I remember in general, I would say I was very afraid of flying. Now I would say I don't particularly enjoy flying, but I do it. But it was after the worst flight that I had, in which I was like absolutely crying the entire time, clenching and thinking, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, and absolutely horrified. It was after that terrible flight that when we finally landed and I got out of the plane, I was like, you know what, I could do this again.
Yes.
And it was horrid, but it's like Bjorn said, when it actually happened, it wasn't as horrible as it was in my imagination, because it was like, you had this terrible time, but you still landed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad. The plane didn't crash. There was no free fall. There was no ball of fire. You just had a shitty time here, and you landed. End of story. We can do this thing.
And you
So
survived. Yeah, well,
and I survived. Yes.
right.
Hopefully in a fun area, right? You're going on vacation, so it was worth it.
Good point. Nice.
Tropical movie. Yeah, I love that. No, but it's true. It's true with that. They say that about like anything that's terrific, like even childbirth. Not that I've never had kids, but it's like it's the worst experience ever. But you don't remember it because, like, after you get the baby.
Yeah, and I can totally relate with the man flu. That's yeah.
Man flu.
I really respect giving birth. I know but you never have like a real flu, so but we can understand each other.
Oh God.
Yes. Well, we got to find equivalencies somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
Man flu. I love. God.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Nice.
I'll relate.
But that must be a hell of a course, people. So that's like really really great. Two creative, so experienced
Yes.
people with their own. That must be really great.
I'm
I
hoping
like
we're
that
gonna.
it's. Sorry, you go ahead.
Just gonna saying. I'm hoping that we're going to spawn a horde of tarot heretics.
Yes, no, I love that. And
Or
now I can't remember what I was gonna say, but I think it's gonna be amazing though, because especially that thing in the middle. Oh wait, oh sorry, I thought there was a comment. Because I like that you start with the palace, because she was saying she had that hovel. Like, I don't even have a roof over my head. I start in a garden. Like.
Yeah. But that's also really clever. What you guys do is also really clever, because you give like really like a tangible framework, even though it's like in the mind.
yes.
But that's
Yes.
really clever.
And what's good about it is that you start to recognize it. You start to, you go there regularly, and you start to build rooms that sometimes you build a room that you only visit once. Sometimes you create rooms, or you discover rooms. That was my experience actually at the beginning. It was like, what's behind this door? Oh, wow, this is interesting, Yeah, it's very, very, very organic, it literally was as if the place was already there and I was discovering it. I remember in the early days, there was one room that I found extremely useful, because I just quit my day job. My YouTube channel had suddenly taken off. And yes, I quit my day job. And so I was self-employed for the first time in my life. And I was never switching off. I was working until, just all night, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I would continue working. I would, answer messages. I would just be on all the time. And
Yeah.
and
That's an issue.
course that can't last, right? It's you burn out immediately, and so I had to have a boundary, and I created a room in which there was a furnace, like just actually a furnace, a fireplace, and I had a servitor, so a little spirit that I put in there to help me out to light the fire in this room, and then to put out the fire. So to light the fire when it was time to work, and then to put out the fire when it was time to not work, and then to clean out the room when I wasn't there anymore, kind of thing, right? So overnight the room would get the fireplace would get cleaned out and prepared with new logs for the next day, and then I'd go in the next morning and I'd go in there and light the fire. And it doesn't sound like much, but it was very, very tangible for me. It would be like, okay, well, I'm having dinner with my family, and my phone would ping, and I'd go, yeah, but the fire's out. There's no energy to be doing that, so I'll deal with that tomorrow when the fire's lit again. It was very, very
I like that.
interesting for that. That very first use of, that was one of the very first rooms that I created in there. Yeah, it was nice.
You should do a class just on that, like entering.
Yes.
Yeah,
Seriously,
and
because the more you talk about it, it's like layering and like all these other things, and it's like you need a course just to like talk about how.
We
and
need a
yeah,
Pala something class.
yeah,
Yes.
that
About
and
something glass, yes.
Yes, keep the
and
name.
and even
Something.
even what Dennis said is also like a tradition. That's like a heathen tradition, and you see that also in the Roman and also in the Germanic world. If someone takes on a new house, the first thing they have to do is light a fireplace.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's
of course, bring Hestia into the house, right?
yes. Yeah.
Voilà.
Yeah.
So you see, we do a lot of things who are really in our DNA without maybe not even be fully aware of. Isn't that magical?
Yes,
Even in your
absolutely.
dreams, even in your dreams.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. I
Nice.
love that. That is amazing. They do that in like all of them, the Peruvian and everything, where you start with that fire and then build out. Yeah, going into whatever room, whatever place, cleansing. Plus, then I'm sure, like you were saying, you created a being or a guardian, and that's the thing too that people always forget about too is that everything is filled with those guardians, like that. You know, actually, it's funny. Someone was telling a story about how they were getting their house worked on and everything was going wrong, and she was like, well, did you let your house guardians know this was happening? They're probably mad and surprised, now they're creating havoc. So, like, doing that same thing in your inner palace, too, you know?
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's a sacred place and guarding the sacred place. Like,
Yes.
in Freemasonry for now, I'm like the Tyler, so I have to cover the door. So I have to see if we are covered. So that's the first task they will ask, and then the worshipful master gives me the sign to go and watch if there are enemies. But that's also that you have like an inner sacred space, and that's like in the west. And then we close the west gate, and then we are off for a time into time. As a myth.
Good
So
point.
that's also as in many things. We have to guard our inner space, our sacredness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the guardians there, too.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Always
do.
layer upon layer.
Layers, layers, layers. And that's amazing. Let's
Yeah, but you
find
don't.
this out.
Yes, no, absolutely, because you don't think about all the different layers of making sure the house energy is good, the guardians are good, like you said, covering things up, making sure the doors are closed, or even Magic
Hmm.
101 where you put the horseshoe in your, doorway. That's the first thing to do.
I'm reminded of
Even
the
henna
Guardian.
tattoos.
Sorry, Bjorn.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I was just going to say I'm reminded of the Guardians at the entrance of this temple and I can't remember if it was in Kyoto or in Nara. I think it might have been it. It was too long ago. It was 2009 that I was in Japan. I think it might have been in Nara, and there was this, or Kyoto. There was this beautiful temple, And of course, one of the wonderful things about that region, and actually in many places around Japan, are these torii gates. And I know we think about these torii gates as spirit gates, which is wonderful. But the experience of walking through these gates that don't lead into a building, but that lead you into just being aware that you're somewhere special, right? Day in and day out, a very profoundly spiritual experience. And then having these guardians on both sides of these gates, guarding the sacredness of this place that you're moving into. And you might you might be moving into a garden, or you might be walking into just just a beautifully curated park, or a place in the woods, or into the presence of a river, or whatever it might be. But yes, these gates are always just reminding you, okay, you're about to step into somewhere special. Take a moment to be here now, and yeah, having these guardians on both sides, protecting that moment and making sure that you are, bringing the reverence required for the moment, which every moment should really require.
Yeah. It's in our DNA. We just have to live it.
Yes. So easy to forget, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like you're saying, but then you're reminded when you go into your inner palace, the first thing you did for burnout was the hearth. That's very ancient. That's the central thing for everyone. Everyone's central room, the hearth. Yeah.
Yeah, whether we realize it or it just happens by happenstance, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it's there. Yeah, that's always amazing. I like that. See, you're gonna be that'd be very interesting on the tarot thing. I'm doing that palace to bring it out into the tarot cards, because there's so many different cards, so many different ways, to read them. I like that.
I'm now wondering, because I've actually written as a prerequisite to watch this Unlock Protection Powers video before all of my other classes. I'm wondering whether to add it onto the description page.
Yes,
It would
I say
probably
do
be a
it.
good
Even
idea
have them
to have that done.
first. Yeah, pick a card first before they enter.
Right.
Well, that sounds amazing. I like that for the class, especially since you both have great ways of reading the cards too.
Yeah.
So we've been.
Yeah, what a great new concept you bring.
Okay.
Oh, my felicitations for that. That's great.
Thank you.
And that's something different. That's something new. That's something visionary. I really like that.
I like that it's out of the box. I like that it's so weird, right? And just something weird, and not your usual tarot class.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it would be pretty sad if Maria and I got together and made a just like the others tarot class.
Just told people to read a Celtic cross or something. Can't you imagine?
Right. Of all the people,
learn to read a Celtic cross.
But that can also be interesting. But you guys, knowing you can do much more better. So that's the difference, I think.
I don't know about better, but certainly different. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
That's for sure. Something that's a bit, I would say, out of the ordinary. Not necessarily better, but different. And I think that's something relevant in a way, because just the other day I was having a class with a student, and she was asking me about how do I know if I am shuffling right, and she was asking me is it okay if I do this, or if I do this instead, what do you do? And the thing is, you have to do whatever it is that makes you feel that you are not second guessing yourself. But there is no one that can tell you how to shuffle right. How do you know that you are done shuffling? I don't know. I know because of practice. I was actually thinking about how do I know, and I have the weirdest ways of knowing that I am done. But the point is, reaching the point in which you can trust that this is your method. But basically, what the class is about, to trust your tarot style. You can trust that what you are doing, or that the agreements that you have with, between you and your cards, and however it is that you are reading, works in a way that you can rely on.
Hmm. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And that's,
It's very, very central, very core to everything that I do and try to teach through my channel, is about trusting yourself and what comes to you naturally. Yeah, heresy to me is not optional. It has to be the way. If you're doing things the way they've always been done, if you're doing things the way you're supposed to do them, there we go.
Mhm.
Then you're missing out. Then you're missing out on your true power, on your yeah, what you could be bringing to the world. Yeah.
Yeah. And such a moment as that you do divination, or those moments where you can make the difference, they are totally irrational. That are not rational contacts, I find. And then you have to somehow also, fall back anyway on your essence, or your deeper knowledge, or your intuition, or your instinct, whatever. For me, it's like, yeah, things coming from the same concept.
Yeah, to
So
me,
if you really
magical,
have own things, then yeah.
completely right, Bjorn. To me, magical training should be about, I mean, it should be twofold. Yes, learning about other people's techniques is
Hmm.
useful for a baseline of what has worked for other people.
Hmm.
But the core of magical practice should be about discovering your own magic. That should be the point, right? That should be the final outcome, is that you have learned to discover where your magic is coming from, what you're good at, what you're not so good at, so that you can either develop that or lean into what you're already good at, find out what your talents are, but then also learn to trust that.
Hmm.
And I guess there are some standard hurdles, aren't there, right? People start in magic and they don't trust themselves. I mean, why would we trust ourselves? We've been told our whole lives that magic doesn't work, that there's no such thing. So of course, you're like, okay, some people are saying that it does work. Okay, well, I'm going to look to them. What are they doing? How are they making their magic work? At least how are they
Yeah.
claiming that their magic is working, and so on and so forth, right? So
Yes.
yes, I think that magic training should be about bringing your magic out in a way that you
Yes.
can then trust.
In the action. Yeah, it's like cooking. There's some basic elements, how to lit the fire and
Precisely.
all that, but from there on, yeah, it's about you, and how salted that you make it, or how, yeah, whatever. Make your own thing.
oh yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
perfect analogy.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Oh, but yeah, I was gonna say that's why I like the class, because you are going with your own thing and how you're making it. Because so many people just copy things and feel like they have to do it one after another instead of. But that's why when you watch someone who's very magical and doing their own magic, and you want to emulate that, but their energy, but that's because they're being magical in their own way, and like it's just trial and error, just like cooking. I remember my first spell, like kind of worked. Found $10 in the parking lot. It's like now I need to do it differently, you know. So,
Yeah.
Do you?
You know that we now have an eye on you, Morgan. What is happening in your life with your tattoos? So
Oh yes, no,
if
and
you're like earning a lot of money, I will also want to henna, even
well,
though
I've
I maybe not
Yeah,
want to be
tell us what
in the
happens,
placebo group,
please.
but I watch what happens.
yeah, I was actually I'm trying to think because I'm trying to think of my last few because I do out of the like my own tarot like crazy stuff too. So I'm trying to think of my last few tarot readings, but they're always like out. And actually, I did take your book and I meant to send that to you. Created my own thing around it, like on
Oh
how it
yes,
went.
please send it.
Yeah, and yeah, because I love doing that out of the box. That's the thing too about your class, which was my original point. So I'm getting all sidetracked, but is that so many people are doing the same thing all the time and just like flipping their cards, or and like this is kind of like it comes stagnant. And even with magic, you have to go outside of the box. You have to like dust off the altar or like do something completely different to engage all the other magical aspects of yourself. Like doing
Super.
anything different, and like then looking at the cards differently. So, especially when you're in a group like that and someone else is talking about their way of doing it, which might spark something in you that's kind of like it, but different. And that's my favorite things about listening. And then I get ideas, obviously. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Yeah,
I think it keeps things
that's
exciting as well. I
It
mean,
does.
yeah.
it's not a secret that I have ADHD and I get bored very easily. So if things aren't, a little bit new from time to time, I get bored.
Absolutely.
Because the energy needs to be moved around. It constantly needs to be flowing. Yeah.
Yes.
okay. And the thing that's underneath that I find is if you watch at the structure of what's happening is also the ritualistic nature. So if you go about in your own ways, you make some a ritual with yourself. So and from the moment that you have like a ritual, you can participate in the ontology of things. And then you also have like a
Absolutely.
trial and error.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying that I believe that's right. Like participating in a ritual to sort of enter a state.
Mhm.
And also important part of magic for me is that the things, and probably you can translate this to tarot, to the class, and to everything else, the things that make sense to you, the things that you understand what you are doing and why you are doing it. Because sometimes
Mhm.
you are, I don't know, reading some sort of magical treaty, whatever it is, and you want to follow some instructions. But if you are following instructions and not quite understanding why you are doing things, it doesn't make sense, then the intention is lost. You are just replicating, you are not actually applying. So that is something that you can also translate to tarot. If you truly know why you are doing whatever it is that you are doing during your process, be it shuffling, be it drawing the cards, be it reading one way versus another, then that is going to cultivate your own confidence and your own magical beings. Similar to what we
Voilà.
were saying earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I
definitely.
saw a quotation by Aleister Crowley yesterday, and I'm worried that I might have scrolled expecting to go back to it and never gone back to it. I'm
Yeah, that
worried
never
that that might
happens.
have happened.
That's nice.
In which he was saying that exactly that even the greatest magic is not going to be as good as the magic that's coming from yourself. Like somebody performing the traditional magic steps. Like we're talking about Aleister Crowley, so he was very heavily involved with the Golden Dawn and clearly his own magical orders, right? The AA and then the OTO. But
Yeah.
but even he was saying, you can get all of these, ready-made techniques completely perfect, but they won't be as useful or as effective, yeah, as your own magic that you understand. That was part of the quotation as well. It was from Equinox. No, it was from Equinox Part 1, which is actually 10 volumes. Okay, so I have no idea where it's going to be in there. So he was basically saying that you need to understand why you're doing something in order for it to be effective, I guess. And I strongly believe in that. I strongly agree with that.
Totally, and there's also many proof to find in what we can see, also scientifically, and that's what I always say. So I have this background, so I did a lot of fights. I was a semi-professional fighter in my youth. Not many people know that. So I was always like in the Thai boxing ring or like in the cage. But there, there's something, that sport is really raw. But if you are there, and of course, you have like afraid, you have like adrenaline, but then the process is totally not rational. But what you do then, what comes from something very deep, that's something really great to experience. So, and if we see this in a way, what we are talking about here, if you just jump and you expose yourselves to the ultimate danger, to the ultimate downfall, then you have access to your deeper knowledge, because your whole mechanism is aimed to let you survive. If there is something happening like in a crisis, you can do the most brilliant things, and then it's like over, and then fear hits in, and there, that I do that. So there is a big advantage to expose yourself to the ultimate fear.
Of course, yeah. And of course, if you go into a fight like that, expecting to recreate particular sequences of moves that you've learnt, that's not going to be useful. You can't recreate a choreography sequence of moves that you've learned. No, you have to use the right move in the right moment, and you have to feel that, of course.
You would be much too late, because if there are like instant decisions that you have to make business-wise or in sports or whatever, it's one and the same. That is no rational process, because you have no time for thinking. Otherwise, you're too late for the situation. So that comes from somewhere deeper. So, and maybe I have a different roads by talking, but in the end, we're talking about the same thing.
Yes, we are. Yeah, so it's useful to learn certain basic moves, right? I mean, even advanced moves, right? It's useful to integrate them, to practice them until they come completely naturally. But of course, it's also useful to analyze what you're doing and to see if anything can be done better, and in the moment, allow that to come out, however is right for that moment, for that particular experience that you're currently having.
Exactly, Dennis, and dancing is the best metaphor for it, because you can see a dancer and you look at him or her, and then you try to rationalize the steps, but you can never cope with it. So you rather start dancing and understand it not beforehand, but understand it whilst you're doing.
That's nice.
That's the same thing. Yeah. And knowing that, we should expose ourselves to that context.
Yep. Magic is a ballroom. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We have some metaphors, isn't it?
Or the fighting cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all in the same.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was thinking ballet when you were talking about dancer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, am I the only person here who can dance to save her life?
I did ballet from the age of 3 to the age of 18.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
All right, so I'm just the one embarrassment here. It's all right. You can go be graceful together. I'll stay here.
Do-
I let you in on a secret, and you would never think about that. But I am very good in house dancing.
Oh
That
yeah.
was one
Oh
of
yeah,
my big
really?
things when I was younger. Yeah. I know it. So like the
Oh wow.
really Brooklyn style house dancing. Yeah, I really like that. And
Nice.
I still do it as a stimming, but no one may
Yeah.
see that. So I close all the curtains, but that's what I at least do it for 13 minutes a day,
Oh wow.
my whole life.
Now I'm jealous.
Yes.
I can't
But
dance to
I
save my life. It's just sad.
Oh no, it's your own style. See, you shouldn't think of it
So
like
it's
you're
my
giving
own style. Yeah,
own
like Mr.
style
Bean
of
style, right?
dancing. It's
I'm
not
but
like,
bad, because bad compared to who? Nobody. You're good.
yeah,
but the thing is,
I mean compared to,
if you had to die for that, you can dance.
I guess.
Yeah, if someone says, okay, now you have to dance, otherwise you will, yeah, be
I mean, I
at the
can
most
dance.
brutal dance. Then you will
If they don't
dance.
specify I have to dance gracefully, then that's right. I mean, I
No,
can dance.
That,
no,
Right.
no,
then you
no,
go
no.
about like John
Own style.
Travolta. I'm very mature.
Yeah.
No, own style of dancing. I always think of Wednesday because the kids had me watch that, where she's all on the dance floor, like all crazy, and everyone's like, "What is happening?" But she owns it. You gotta own it.
She owns it, and it became incredibly popular. Like all the kids are doing it. Yes.
You might start a trend.
Perhaps.
Anyway, people, we have to round it up because we've passed the lifetime. Is there
Well,
anything you want
well,
to say to close? Yeah, sorry, Morgan. Do you
oh,
want
no, I
to
was gonna
say
say there
something?
was some comments, so I was just gonna read the comments real quick then before we leave.
Okay.
Kelly said, "Yes, we did the Thousand Gates when we were in Japan last year. An amazing experience. So that's fun." And then the yes, please on your couple yes, please on your palace class you got. And I put your
Para something.
yes,
Oh,
palace
that's
something
something,
something. We're going
something.
with that. I'm gonna just
PM.
advertise it as that.
More.
I love it. Like,
Hmm.
yes, we're doing it. But I put your link in there. So, and I recommend the class, like, because all of your classes have always been amazing. Because it's not my first time I've taken it. I've, did the talisman one before and the other one. So, they're always amazing. You always walk away with something to bring with you to, like, I always see it as like sparking my own imagination, and it makes me think long after and then come up with something, that's different. So it kind of like it doesn't force you, but it gives you that like spark to bring forward with you. So I can't imagine the tarot class, because like seeing how you guys do it, bringing that energy to it, showing how your unique is, sparking something in yourself, and then taking it with you long after to like get excited about the cards in a new way. So I definitely love your classes, and I'm excited about this one. I was going to sign up. I haven't yet. I've been very busy, but I am.
Very, very excited. Thank you so much, Morgan, for your endorsement. That means a lot to
Yeah.
me, and I'm sure to Maria as well. It's
Yeah, it does, absolutely.
And she really means this. It's not that she says this here for promotional. So that's all the talks we really have to say. Yeah, I've really had like an amazing course. So this is like really genuine and not just,
thank you,
saying
Bjorn.
stuff too. And
Yes,
I trust
Thank
her on
you.
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. If I like something, I talk it up to everyone. Send the books to everyone. Like
Oh, so do I.
I'm on my fifth copy that I've had to rebuy of your book, the Tarot Archetypes.
Really?
The Tarot Talks. I
Oh
keep
wow,
just
there's
giving
I
it
have
out.
my friend Leslie and you must be like 50% of sales because she's giving away her copy all the time and buying
Yes.
another one and yeah, probably it's like my
Wow.
mother, you and my friend Leslie.
It's but you know what the interesting thing with the books is, when I buy books, I print out all your stuff. So in the back of all my books, I have everyone, like, so if you've done a ton of PDFs, I put it in the back of the book with my notes. So now I'm giving away copies of all of my notes and all those extra PDFs.
Oh
So they
wow.
get, so now I've got to start again with the new one I just got yesterday.
Oh well. That's great. You just to give away the book and have the work done. Just what you're a wonderful friend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We need more Morgans.
Yeah. Yes, I love, and I think, because I always think like these magical things, they get like not a lot of people see them, not a lot of people dive into them, and it's like that's why I like putting work out there because
Yeah.
I mean, we always think Shakespeare, he's huge, but who was in Shakespeare's shadow? You know what I mean? Who is somebody who had this amazing thing that never got out there because they were in the shadow of someone else or shadow of what media wanted you to watch? And so I love
Absolutely.
giving away all of my books and all of the things because I want people's work out there. It's amazing, you know?
That's an important thing to do also, to support one another and to not to behave in a competitive way, but in a way that really helps us build each other up, which I think is a really beautiful thing of this community for the most part.
Yes.
Strongly
Yeah.
agree.
Totally.
Strongly agree. Yeah.
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 But as I say, was there anything else you want to say about your class or anything else moving forward, except for that you'll be doing the palace so and so? We're all going to be waiting.
No,
I think that
I think
covers
we're
it for
good.
me. Yeah.
We're just going to have some dinner now.
Yes.
Okay then.
It was lovely talking to you guys. Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, thank you.
absolutely.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So that will not be the last time, and I'm glad for that. But for now, we will round it up. Thank you very much. Yeah, follow us, follow our guests. Everything will be under the videos. You will receive some mails. So yeah, there is no news that you have to miss out. So follow us, follow our great guests, and see you on Tuesday. Thank you very much. Bye.